Welcome to Faculty Chat, where we talk to the faculty of Srishti Manipal Institute of Art, Design and Technology about things they're passionate about and what they do at SMI. Today we have with us Arnab. Arnab, tell us a little bit about your life before you came to Srishti.
Well, I grew up in a small university township called Shantiniketan in West Bengal, and my family's been there since the starting of the ashram there. So I'm like a fourth generation Shantiniketani ashramite. So my life has been in nature, with creative people, learning about different things, meeting different people, different cultures, because there were different people coming from different parts of the world to be a part of that movement. So yeah, and I sort of did different things. Like I learned classical Indian dance, I did theatre, music, and of course then later on I went on to do a bachelor's and a master's in sculpture. So I went into fine arts, but then I also always had interests related to conservation, nature, and sciences. So that sort of stayed with me. And somehow, actually, Srishti found me. Someone told somebody something, and they found out that there's this guy who does lots of different things, and maybe he fits in well with Srishti. So I got a phone call one day and someone said that, okay, come see if you like the place, and there was some interview, and that's how I just landed up at Srishti. Yeah.
And how long has that been? How long since you came here?
Yeah, this year it's 11 years now. Yeah. A while.
Okay.
Yes.
What's interesting is that, of course, it's a slightly more personal thing, but you are married to Pooja, who also teaches at Srishti. How does that play out? Husband and wife teaching and working at Srishti.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's nice generally. I mean, we've been classmates. We studied together, so we're used to seeing each other a lot. And talking about work, and anyways, both of us are artists, so it never became an issue as such that your workplace and like separating work from home was never an issue. Yeah, so it's exciting. We have probably taught once or twice together, but yeah, she does her thing, I do my thing. Yeah.
Tell us what you do at Srishti at the moment.
Oh, I do many things actually. So of course I'm teaching. I'm teaching in foundation, then bachelor's and master's in all different levels. Apart from that, I also run a lab within Srishti called the Design Earth Lab, where we're looking at ecological design, sustainable kind of design practices, and combining art, design, and science together. Focusing on conservation right now, doing some work with other scientists and conservationists in the field, looking at wildlife mitigation, conflict mitigation work, and seeing how creative practice can have an impact and can work together with sciences so that more people get to know about these issues. And yeah, that's what we're doing with the lab. And we're also doing a lot of material research there. We're trying to look at new ways of creating materials, reviving old traditions, trying to sort of go out there, sort of gather data, and trying to see how we can sort of bring it in this time and age, how it can be revived, but not for the sake of just revival, but how do you sort of really make it happen. So apart from that, I'm also helping Rustam Bania, who's the dean for graduating projects. I'm like the associate dean, so I help him out with that as well. Yeah, many things.
That's pretty full
Yeah.
calendar, life, agenda for the day.
Yeah.
And you are also a brilliant, if you don't mind my saying, sculptor. Tell us about what inspires you in that area, how you keep in touch with this practice, and where you see that part of you going.
Yeah, so as an artist, I always felt that I didn't want to be part of the white cube space, so the gallery kind of practice. So my art practice was always sort of, I had a tendency to go towards nature and work with natural materials, more ephemeral materials, So things that were not permanent, that you couldn't own, that you couldn't display in a gallery. I started doing land art, which is you work on a site, it's site specific, and you work with natural materials, you create something there, which then over time nature takes over, it sort of changes, evolves, or let's say destroyed, but not really destroyed. That's the kind of work I do, and that's where the Design Earth Lab also fits in really well, because I get to do these kind of work where my belief of the kind of work that I do, it sort of fits in quite well with this. So it's mostly like that, and I'm trying to now work with other creatures, so involving termites into sculptures and seeing how termites can change my sculpture and something new can emerge. Different things.
Yeah, and I've also seen you handle snakes very interestingly. They look at you as if you're a friend, which is unusual for a snake. So where does that come from?
No, I mean, growing up in Shantiniketan, there were snakes around, and I generally love animals. I'm actually more comfortable around them than humans, but I grew up with, they were around. I would bring one home in my tiffin box, and of course my mom will scold me, and I would have to go and return it. I would keep snakes in my pocket, and I just, it happened like that. And then I started doing snake rescues where people would have some snake in their home, and I would go and rescue the snake and take it out and stuff like that. So that's how it all started, and I still do that. I still enjoy doing that.
Arnab, thank you so much for dropping in, and congratulations on having become a father just recently.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks again.